Hi guys, so I've decided to just jump into the tech vlogs then, and here I have my PowerBook G4, which I showed on a video yesterday, and we're just going to be having a little chat. I'll be demoing a few pieces of software, walking you through the system specs, things that I've done to it. It's just going to be some classic PowerPC goodness. So if we go into Apple and about this Mac, we can see that we have the 1.33 GHz PowerPC G4 and 1.25 gig of memory, and it's also running OS X Leopard 10.5.8. According to Mac Tracker, this thing is obsolete, and I definitely agree with that analysis. And we've got the PowerPC 7447A. We've got 64Ks of L1 cache and 512Ks of L2. System bus is painfully slow also, but at least we've got 32-bit. Apple's move to the PowerPC architecture in 1994, I reckon, was a fantastic move. Much like what they're doing today with the switch with Intel to ARM, the PowerPC offered better performance in a smaller package, and for the first time, 32 bits on a Mac. So let's see what we can actually do with this later generation PowerPC processor. One of the things I've been excitedly working on in Text Wrangler is a website project. The aim for it is to stay super true to kind of what the classic web was supposed to be. I've been developing it entirely on this PowerBook G4 and I've had no problems at all. It's really not very complicated. We've got an index page, some assets, a style sheet, and a videos folder. I can actually demo this site in the WebKit browser for you, as it's actually hosted online now. And if you're wondering why these applications are loading so fast, it's because I've got a 32GB SSD in here. So the web address is powerpcrealm.net, and here we go. It's just taking a while to load in because my internet's quite poor. How classic does that look? And yep, it scrolls pretty smoothly with this mighty mouse that has been getting mixed opinions. And you can actually even play a video. As I'm sure you'll know, here I have a 12-inch PowerBook G4. And check how smooth that is. That's thanks to the video being 360p and 5 megabytes. So for this website, I guess I just want to keep it nice and simple. With a design like this, you can easily run it on PowerPC Macs. And this is just going to be a spot for me to upload information, maybe short tutorials and recommendations, software, that kind of thing. I actually got this PowerBook almost 5 years ago to the day. It's actually 5 years ago yesterday, and I bought it in the UK, which is where I'm originally from, £30, which is an absolute steal. I live in Australia now, so I guess $65-ish, $60, which for something like that in as good a condition it's in is a fantastic bargain. You may have seen this in one of my older videos where I talked about replacing the keyboard and also the issue I had with charging. I ended up replacing the DC inboard to fix a charging problem, which did nothing to fix it. I also bought another battery, which didn't help, and the issue ended up being the DC to DC board, which connects the motherboard to the battery. And now we have a PowerBook that charges, which is great. It's still a bit intermittent and the battery does not last a long time at all, but it's perfectly usable. Another thing I love about these old Macs is that they've still got compatibility with modern servers. Now, this server that I'm hosting here, Milky Way, at my house, is on a Mac Mini from 2008 or 2009, one of those. But it's a fairly modern operating system and it hosts my files. So, for example, I can go into my software folder and access my delicious PowerPC collection of software. And it's messy as, so I guess we'll just go ahead and clean it. Or doesn't that look better? Something I'm really interested to try on this machine is video editing. Now, I originally thought I would create all of these PowerPC related videos on a PowerPC, but I realise it's not going to be a very nice experience, especially if I'm going to try 1080p or 4K. But we can actually install versions of Final Cut Pro, and I think I have iMovie here as well somewhere. Something else I want to try is music production. So here I have the standalone CS80V, which is a synthesizer from, I think, the late 80s. And I also have Garageband there as well. Currently I create my own music on this M1 MacBook Pro, which has Logic Pro installed. But here we have a super duper classic looking synthesizer. Check that out. How cool is that? Now I'm assuming, and I will try this, that you can plug in a Midi keyboard to interact with this. Do you know what? Screw it, let's do it now. So here I have an almost full-size Midi keyboard, and I'm going to try and plug it into this tiny little PowerBook. Will it plug and play? No, it will not. That's fair enough. Let's see if we can get it working. Okay, maybe there's more I need to do here. Let's try the Midi Input app in Utilities, shall we? Ooh, launch key, is that it? Is that it? It is. So it does detect it. Does anyone know how this works? Garageband, here we come. What the heck? It's 46.6 megabytes? I didn't expect it to be that small, but yeah, in any case, the transfer speeds are terrible because the airport cards in these little guys are quite poor. You gotta remember, these machines are from a time where Wi-Fi was actually impressive. This guy came out in 2004. Oh guys, I was wondering why that size was so small. I need an instrument library, so it's actually not the full version of the app. So I guess I can either pirate that or maybe buy a DVD off eBay or something. It's a shame, I really wanted to test this guy out. So I'll definitely do a video at some point about music production on a G4. That's going to be really cool. Maybe I'll get my hands on the original iLife. I think it's iLife 08, the suite that is compatible with this machine. But yeah, this is just a short video to let you know that PowerBook G4 content is in the works. I'll do a few different categories of video, some hardware based maybe, although I have maxed this one out pretty much. Mostly software based, I reckon, so music production, video production, maybe graphics as well, and gaming for sure. We'll try out some classic games. One of my favourite sites is the Macintosh repository, and it's got heaps and heaps of classic Mac games just free to download. Okay, a sheep game for very, very old Macs. I mean, this is gold, this kind of stuff. So I think that's it for today. This was really just an intro to the PowerBook G4 12-inch, just to give you a quick tour of what it's all about. It is obviously obsolete. I like using it, it's good for old software, and it's going to give us plenty of video ideas for sure. So if you guys want me to test anything or try any particular type of software, leave a comment down below, press like to let me know that I should continue to do this, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.